Last weekend, I got quite frustrated because my YouTube views weren't where I wanted them to be. And this is actually very, very common for entrepreneurs, that we get frustrated with the metrics, with the numbers. It could be your YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever social media. It could be your school community or any other community that you have. And you look at the numbers and you get frustrated because you're not growing as fast as you want to. You could either get frustrated, you could be super annoyed, or some people actually give up. They start doubting themselves and they give up altogether. And in this video, I'm going to share 3 reframes with you that will help you instantly in those situations where you doubt yourself, where you get very emotional by the metrics because they are not where you want them to be. So stay tuned. But first things first, my name is Lydia Wilmsen. I'm a mindset and business coach. And here on the channel, I talk about all things business growth, school community growth, and of course, the most important piece, the mindset piece. And if you like the content on here, I would love if you can subscribe, if you can leave a like, if you can give me a thumbs up for the videos, and of course, leave a comment. And if you have any questions, put them all into the comments because I might make a video for you. And if you feel that you really want a community where you learn how to grow your business, you get better at it, but you don't have to do it alone, then Leadership Skool is for you. It's a free community. There are paid tiers for more offers in there, but the basic level is free. Join us. The link will be in the description. So let's get started, because the numbers game is one of the trickiest ones for entrepreneurs in general, and actually for all kind of people, you know. And the thing is, if you start looking at the numbers that everyone tells you to do, because you have to control what's going on, you have to track your numbers, you have to know where you are and so on. And it of course gives you a dopamine hit. If you check the numbers and they are going up, you get an instant hit in that moment. So tracking and checking numbers is very common, is very normal, and has become almost problematic nowadays because we get our dopamine hits from it. And then very often the case is that people check the numbers and they are not where they want them to be. Perhaps sometimes they are where they want them to be. So they get a quick fix, they get like a quick like, yay, I'm excited. But you need more. It becomes like an addiction. It doesn't stop there. You know, if you're hooked to the metrics, it doesn't stop there. You will need more and more and more. So if you got a good number, you know, like your school growth or your school community is going up, another 100 members, or your social media, you register a short, you know, dopamine hit and like, wow, I love this. But 2 seconds later, it's already gone. And you need another hit and another hit and another hit. And the baseline lifts, you know, the good stuff stays. The good stuff that used to be like, oh, wow, amazing, becomes your normal. And then you need even higher numbers to give you this kick, you know? And this can really become an issue, especially for entrepreneurs, because we lose sight of the real important or the most important thing. And I will speak about this in a moment. But first of all, you probably recognize yourself in that, this issue of like, oh my God, I'm checking the numbers. First things, I opened my YouTube channel like I did this because I just restarted my channel here. And I was like, oh, the numbers are going up. I crossed 1,000 subscribers. How amazing. I had one video doing like really well. And I was like, oh my God. And then I checked some other videos. They were quiet. There was not a lot going on. And then this little this voice kicked in of like, oh, you're not doing well enough. It should be more. It should be better. Self-doubt. And for some people, this can be really, really bad. They can be really emotionally devastated if the numbers are not where they want them to have. So it wasn't as bad as that for me. It was like really okay. I just had one frustrating moment or one frustrating moment. But I know that there are people really, really suffering with that. And for you, this video will be utterly important, but for everyone else as well. So let me get started with the reframes. We know the issue. We know like checking the metrics and seeing the numbers have gone up, or perhaps they have not gone up, or perhaps there is even a negative metric like you got a dislike, or you got like you have declining numbers or something. What do? What is the most important piece now? Or how do you shift that it doesn't emotionally trigger you, that you can keep doing your work, and that it doesn't feel bad, and that it doesn't impact your work negatively. Because some people can get so frustrated that they actually stop delivering good content or stop delivering good work because they are so like emotionally touched by that, you know, they feel deflated, they don't have motivation to keep going. So it's a real issue, and we are going to talk about this. So the first reframe for you will be to stop focusing on the outcome and start focusing on the output. Let me explain. So instead of checking the numbers of, oh my God, how many views do I have? How many likes do I have? How many new members do I have in my community this week or this today? Instead of checking the outcome, I want you to start focusing on the output, on what you are doing. So for example, with my YouTube channel again, you know, when I checked the outcome of like, oh my God, so like this is the number of subscribers, it hasn't gone up in one day, and oh my God, those are the views for my videos and they are really low. Instead of focusing on that, I shifted my focus back on the output. What am I doing? I set myself the goal to record 2 videos for you guys on the channel here. So my focus is the 2 videos that I do on my channel, and my other focus is that I do 1 story on my Instagram per day. I'm doing a little bit of my side hustle work again. That means 1 video on TikTok. So I'm focusing on and things around my community. I'm focusing, for example, on 15 minutes of training my custom GPT for Leadership Skool coach that you get as a premium member in Leadership Skool. And, you know, a little bit of other work on the different other apps I'm creating for Leadership Skool. So basically, my focus now is on the output, on what I am doing, what I can do, what I have full control over. And I want you to start the same. I want you to stop focusing on member growth, on views, on all of those things, especially if it becomes this habit of like, oh my God, I need to check this every 5 seconds, you know? And instead start focusing on the things that you want to do daily. Start focusing on the things that you set yourself a goal for. This is very important because you can control that and you can actually feel good when you did that. So after I have recorded this video and then cut it or edited it a little bit because I'm, you know, like have like little breaks in between. After I have done that, I will feel good because it's done. I can upload it and it's ready to go for tomorrow. It will feel good and I have so much control over that. It is me what I can focus on, and I can always win. I just have to do it, and I already have a good feeling with that. And I'm not at the mercy of numbers. I'm at the mercy of what I'm doing, and I have full control over that. So start shifting from outcome to output, and you will instantly feel better. And that leads me to point number 2. Track what you can consciously control. Don't track those numbers like growth and those things that happen almost to you. Like it doesn't, when we look at it from a conscious creation perspective, it's still in your control, but it is not it's not so much obvious. So when it comes to obvious metrics that you want to track your habits. You want to track what you're doing versus what is happening out there. So versus the numbers or the things you can't control, even though you can control them, but not in the way that we think we can. So I want you, for example, to start a planner or something like that, where you set a goal, and I will have a tracker for that in Leadership Skool on the premium level, where you can track the things that you're doing. And the cool thing is, if you do this consistently every day, you will have, like, your outcome will change. It will change. I can guarantee you that. So with focusing on the output and tracking those numbers, you will, 1, feel better because you have this like, oh wow, I did this. I posted 1 story on my Insta or Pinterest. Not stories, but I posted something on whatever channel I have. I did 1 collaboration video. I did whatever it is that you're doing, you know, or reaching out to people. If you do cold calling or whatever, you know, track those numbers, the things that you are doing, not the outcome, but what you are doing. And you will, as I said, feel way better with that. And because you're doing it consistently every day, you will get and create a different outcome as well. So as I said, we will have we will have a tracker coming out in the next weeks in Leadership Skool, where you can write down which things you want to do, and it will track it, and it's all like nice, it's like a little app. So this will be super cool, and this will create like really nice feelings for you of, hey, I've achieved it, I have done it. Today, 1 hour of work, all done, I feel great. And that leads me to point number 3, which is let consistency create the dopamine hits. Let consistency give you the dopamine versus the numbers and the metrics from social media, which actually are built, those platforms are built to hook you, to get you plugged in, sucked in by the algorithm and keep you there. So it's not productive at all. It's made in that way specifically to create addictive behavior. But you can change that. You are not at the mercy of those apps. So we will have this tracker, but right now you could even just have a list and really think about, what do I want to do consistently every day? I want to answer questions in my community. I want to be active in my community half an hour every day. And I want to answer comments, I want to make posts, whatever it is. What are the activities you want to do throughout the day in your community? If you have social media, if you have YouTube, how many videos do you want to do? Long form, short form, on social media, what do you want to do there? Reels, stories, So get some clarity, don't do too much, and rather know that consistently doing those things will start almost like rearranging the dopamine a mechanism in your brain. Like, you can retrain that. You are not at the mercy of that. I know that a lot of people out there say that. It is not the case. You can retrain yourself. And through having a list of what you want to do and clicking those buttons, this is creating dopamine hits. Like clicking the button of I recorded the video, I edited it, I uploaded it. It gives you the same experience as leaving a like or watching a video or whatever. It is creating the same thing in you, so to say. So start using that. And this consistency will give you the dopamine that you crave, and it will create the outcome that you also want. So it's a win-win. And let's take this point a little bit further. I want you to start practicing to feel successful, to feel relieved, whatever it is that you want to feel when you look at your successful channel, for example, YouTube or social media, your school community. Like, first of all, get clarity on how do I think I will feel once those numbers go up. So what is the expectation? Why are you checking those metrics? Because you probably want to feel achievement or relief or joy or excitement. Like, gain clarity on that. Get clarity on that. What is the ultimate feeling you want to receive or to get from that, from the constant metric checking? And then you can start practicing that now. So for example, if you want to feel successful, this is your ultimate goal, and this is why you're checking, are the numbers going up? Do I already have 1,100 subscribers? Do I already have 1,000 members in my community? Oh no, I'm at 80 still, and like, so much to go, blah, 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 blah. You can start feeling into the situation or into the scenario, how it would be if you already had the 1,000 subscribers, the 1,000 members, or the 10,000 subscribers, whatever it is. Start feeling that now as if it had happened. Like, you can close your eyes, you can do a little meditation around that. And I want you to practice that feeling throughout the day. If it just is for 5 seconds, 3 times a day, I want you to start practicing that feeling now. And the more you practice that, the more you live in that sensation, in that feeling, in that inner scenario, in your consciousness, the more your physical reality will rearrange itself to create that in your physical reality for you. So your inner reality, that I always talk about that, your inner reality your outer reality mirrors what's going on in your inner reality. So basically, your inner reality informs your outer reality. Whatever you're practicing and experiencing inside, internally, will have to be mirrored back to you in your outside reality. So you create consistency through you create dopamine and good feelings through the consistency and through consciously practicing those scenarios that you want to experience in your physical reality. And when you focus on that versus the metrics, you basically internally inhabit a reality where you already have those metrics that you want. Then your outer reality will start rearranging itself in order to present that to you. So this is the biggest goal for you, to work on the inner reality of already having this successful YouTube channel, for me, for example, and not having like 100 views per video, but perhaps 1,000 and at some point 10,000. I am starting to embody that now, to live in that reality internally, to feel the feelings that I would expect or would want through having that experience now, the achievement and so on. And the same with school community growth or whatever it is that you're working on. Really take some time to think about, how do I want to feel? What do I expect to feel? What would this give me? Why do I want this? Because we ultimately only want feelings. We don't want the thing. We don't want the money. We don't want the relationship. We don't want the whatever. We want the feeling that we will have once we have that. And we can start embodying that now. And through that, we will create it. And this is way different than looking at metrics, because when you're looking at metrics, you usually go into a feeling of like, it's not where I want it to be, like the frustration that I had, you know? And that meant I was living in the lack of the numbers that I wanted. I wasn't living in the reality of, I don't know, 1,000 views plus per video. I was frustrated because I saw 100 views plus on my videos. So I was living in the reality of lack, of not having 1,000 plus views. And this is what you need to shift, like what I need to shift and what you need to shift. This is one of the biggest game changers in your entire life, and I will talk more about that. But this is for you today, just a short teaser about how to do that, or that this is the important piece. Oh my God, lots of input for you guys today. So let me summarize to finish this video. What are the reframes that I wanted to give you so that you can have an instant shift in your energy and in your emotions when you think about your growth, about your business, about your school? So the first one was to focus on your output and not on the outcome. Stop focusing on the numbers, start focusing on the output, what you're doing. And that led me to number 2, track what you consciously can control. Again, have a scheduler, use one of the new apps that I'm bringing out, where you can really write down what are the things that you want to do daily and focus on those and track those, that you're actually doing those, and don't focus on the metrics. Focus on what you can consciously and obviously track and have full control over in the present moment. And then the last one, number 3, the most important actually, is let consistency create your dopamine, or the dopamine hits for you, and start embodying the feelings that you expect to have once you reach those metrics that you have been focusing on. So might it be being successful, being full of relief, feeling full of achievement? What are the feelings that you connect and expect from the metrics that are going up, that you want to go up? And start embodying that throughout your day. Take like 3 times a day, 5 times a day, even just 10 seconds to consciously embody that feeling, consciously feel into it, really with the sensations in your body. And that will shift the consistency of that and of tracking the numbers that you want and doing that, what you want, what you focus on, will shift your entire business game, your game on school, your game on YouTube, social media, whatsoever. Let me know in the comments which one of those tips or reframes resonated the most for you, which one you want to focus on going forward. And yes, please leave a like, a thumbs up, subscribe, whatever, if you like the content here. If you have questions, put them into the comments. And I would say see you in Leadership Skool and see you in the next video.